Release the Kraken!
Greetings, fellow game designers. Ron here at Lame Duck Studios. We are in our Mario project, and we are going to be doing the crouching animation. You can see here, this is our idle that we did last time. Yay! And I'm going to go up to the top here. I'm going to save it because I didn't save it before. And I want to go and open my Mario bind pose. I want to get the one with the IK. Go ahead and open that. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust my timeline. I'm going to drop this down to about 6 frames. We don't need a whole lot of frames here. And when you're planning out your animations, you want to consider how quick something's going to happen between the time that you have user input and then the response time of the actual animation. Because the animation takes time. And if you ever played a game, Mortal Kombat 11 is a great one because they really play out all the frames. So if you hit like a button and they go to throw a punch, it feels like it takes a while for that punch to kind of get out. So you don't want your player to feel like the character is kind of sluggish. So you want to consider how many frames you need to get the animation to look correct and for it to be fast enough that it doesn't annoy your player. So I think 6 frames is pretty good. We're going to be able to get to see the whole transition, but it won't be too slow that our player won't enjoy playing the game. I'm going to go to frame 1 here, and I want Mario to start off in the idle position. So I'm going to go ahead and just adjust the arms here. My rotation, and I'm going to rotate the arm down to his side. Make sure I hit S to key that, grab the other one, rotate that one down to its side, and I'll hit S to key that. And then I'll open up my main controls, and I will grab my main controller, and then shift grab the bottom, and I will hit S just to make sure I get all of those captured. And wonderful. So now we have the idle position. We're going to go all the way to the end of frame 6, and now we're going to put him in the crouching pose. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the pelvis here. There you go. And I'm just going to move this down to where I want him to be when he's crouching. You can see that that's really simple. I just bring him down, and amazing, he's in a crouch position. Okay. Now when you crouch, your body actually gets centered over mostly middle foot to heel. If you're too far forward, you're going to be off balance and tip forward. And if you're too far back, you're going to fall backward, right? But when a person is in the crouching position, the center of their mass is going to be mostly over the midfoot to the heel. So I'm going to move him back just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to rotate the pelvis forward some, like so. That way he's kind of leaning forward like he's crouching down. And I'm also going to do the next joint up for the belly. I'll rotate him down a little bit more. Maybe take his shoulders forward some. So he's trying to get into this really crouched position. Again, if he's too far forward, he would tip. So we want to make sure that he's good and centered with his butt over his feet. So that looks pretty good there. And then I'm going to take his arms, and I want him to kind of cover his head like he's ducking. And if you look at the old Mario 64 games, that's kind of what he does, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take his arm. I'm going to rotate this up into position here. And I'm going to get the next elbow joint, and then I'm going to rotate that like so. And I do need to bring his arm out just a little because he's inside of his face. Okay, and I'll do the same thing for the other arm. I'll go ahead and rotate that up some. And I will bring the elbow up. Try to get the elbow here. And I keep clicking on the skeleton. I'll go ahead and make sure that I turn the skeleton off, and then I set it to reference. That way I'm only grabbing the controllers. There we go. I'll just move that arm out just a little bit. Now it looks like he's crying, but really he's just in his ducking position. And we can go ahead and key these. So I'm going to grab the main control, shift grab the bottom control there. Make sure I'm on frame 6. Hopefully you were, because if you move at this point, you're going to undo your work. Hit S to key it, and then take a look at what you've made. You can see now he goes into his ducking position, and all is well. And if we play it, this is about how quick he would duck. All right, and that's pretty much it. Let's make sure we save our work. The way we are currently on our bind pose, we should have saved it out as something else earlier, but we forgot to do that. Go to File and do Save As. And I'm going to change this from bind pose. I'm going to change this to crouch. So Mario crouch. Okay, and then save that. That way we have our bind pose by itself, and we have our crouch as its own separate piece. Okay. I just want to give a quick shout out to my patrons, JTech Lab, Dr. Jeb, and Richard Beston. Thank you guys so much for your support. And as always, I shall see you next time. Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Misty and I both thank you. If you enjoyed that video just watched, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, we're at 1,400 subscribers. Woo! If you have any suggestions for future videos, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And if you want to keep up with me on Twitter, it's BruceRF1. That's also in the description. And if you want to support the channel, make it easier for me to make content for you, check out some of my merch or one of my books. But yeah, all that, again, is in the description. Check it out, and I shall see you next time.